Bring on 2022. This is a test or mixing a thing. Hello and welcome back to another Bay Knows Bad Bakes. Today I'm going to be making a lovely autumnal bake, a vegan butternut squash and orange cake. Let's get baking. Okay, so the first thing it's telling me to do is to grease 2 sandwich tins. In terms of sandwich tins, I have both this size and this size. Obviously, a little bit different. So I'm going to reserve the greasing for once I have the batter so I can better ascertain which one of these two I'm meant to use, because giving me non-specifics is a recipe for even more disaster than when you give me specifics. I need to combine the cider vinegar and the almond milk and set aside for some kind of magical chemical reaction to happen. And then I will mix the dry ingredients. 400 grams of flour. Now, hopefully this is enough. Ooh. Okay, well, it was enough, but too much, I think. And now it's too much. And now I finally get to use my homemade pumpkin spice mix. Spooky for post-Halloween. Need to use both the baking powder and the bicarb, which I've now learned are different things and not just a marketing ploy. I say I've learned, I'm still suspicious, but apparently. Pinch of salt. It really depends how big your fingers are, doesn't it? Okay, the dry ingredients smell good, but I think that that's just because there's pumpkin spice in there and pumpkin spice makes everything better. Yes, I'm one of those people. In a separate bowl, I have to mix the wet ingredients. Seems legit. The almond milk and the cider vinegar, they don't appear to have done anything. They're still separate. It's not like they've combined in some kind of unholy union. So I'm not sure what this was about, but okay. Squash. Oh, the squash puree. I was meant to have pureed the butternut squash before this. Oh look! Some butternut squash puree I definitely made earlier. So now I need the orange zest, which I've also definitely prepared. Vanilla, maple syrup, and olive oil. Should probably deal with that orange, shouldn't I? Well, that's not coming off at all. Oh, I just have to be forceful with it. Gotcha. Oh. Shouldn't have complained, I deserved that. That's enough out of you. Okay. Okay, that's all the ingredients mixed in the 2 separate bowls. Now I need to add the wet to the dry until well combined and a smooth soupy texture is achieved. Sounds delicious. I've mixed it, it's well combined, but it's definitely thicker than soup. Look, it doesn't really move when I do that. I need to double check that I put all the wet ingredients in. The almond milk and the apple cider vinegar. Squash puree, yes. Orange zest, yes. Vanilla, yes. Maple syrup and olive oil, yes. Okay, I don't know. Okay, now we just pour it into the sandwich tins and preheat the oven. I'm not gonna use these. These look far too small, considering the amount that I've got. The others are probably too big, but better to have more space than not enough, because, I mean, it's likely to overflow of its own accord anyway, so may as well give it as much chance as it possibly can have. I've poured most of it in here already, and I'm no longer feeling good about my choice. That doesn't look right. Maybe I should use the other. Oh my god. Oh! Now at least I can fully show you how little mix these would have not gone well. Oh, I didn't grease them. Damn it! Look. I just need a second to calm harm myself. I'm just gonna butter it with a little bit of cake batter already in it. And whatever happens, happens. And now there's butter on the floor. And exhale. Don't you just feel so much more zen now? What am I doing? It honestly doesn't even look like that much when it's in the tiny one, so I don't know what I was thinking before. Intriguing. So they're ready to go in the oven. I have to be honest, my primary concern at the moment is the elasticity of the dough, because it's meant to be soupy and it's very sticky and tacky and stretchy. So I'm gonna put them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, and then we'll see if they've cooked. Right, it's been 20 minutes. They've definitely expanded, but not exploded, which is great. So let's see if they're cooked. Okay, no smoke, no burn, I think. They look okay. They feel okay. Well, I'm feeling them with the oven mitt on top of the cake, which is not the official method. I will get the toothpick out, but you know. All right, that one's clean. Number 2 is not clean. Okay. For some reason, the one that's grown larger, maybe there was just more in there. Maybe I accidentally put more in there. Okay, I'm gonna put the big fella back in the oven for a little bit and let the little fella cool while I make the icing filling business. Oh, I like this. Basically, for the icing buttercream filling business, I just need to put all the ingredients in the blender. I love the blender. Okay, well, there's still a little bit of butternut squash in here, but I think it's fine. I'm gonna leave it in there. I don't want to waste it. Slash, I don't want to wash this up before I use it. Okay. I don't know if I just haven't pureed it enough yet, but that looks awfully lumpy and runny for what's meant to be buttercream. I mean, this is where obviously the chorus of reason says, yes, but you left bits of butternut squash in there, what were you expecting? I was expecting for it to be fine. Okay, maybe some icing sugar. Ooh, do I mess with the recipe? Do I try and stick to it? Well, I've already messed with the recipe by leaving that extra butternut squash in there, so why not carry on? Okay, let's see what that does. It still looks bad. See, now I'm tempted to get the corn flour involved. Or arrowroot. Or arrowroot was the secret ingredient in my pavlova, and that was amazing. So, I'm going for it. It's happening. You can't stop me. Okay, it still looks separatey, but less separatey. This is meant to be cream cheese. This looks nothing like cream cheese. This looks like soup. This is the soupy texture we were looking for earlier. Arrowroot until it's fixed. That is my solution. Oh, it looks smooth. It looks silky. I am so happy right now. This recipe doesn't say anything about chopping off the top to even them out. But I don't see how they're going to sandwich together otherwise. So, I might leave this one, the dome-like one, as the top, because that doesn't matter quite so much, and then just trim some off this one. I think that seems wise. Unlike me, but for the moment I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm definitely not gonna waste it, so I'm going to try and reincorporate it later. Yes. Now I need to put the icing buttercream, almond buttercream. It's made me arrowroot now, but I need to put that on one side, so I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to marmalade the top half. Inspiration has struck. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So I use the rest of the icing, and I solve the bulbous cake problem. I'm going to cut the top of this as well, and then do some little bonus layers with the offcuts on the top. Ah! I mean, I wish I'd realized this before I started marmalading it, but what are you gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna put this one on next, and then this one. This is now a 4-tiered cake. This is like some kind of being of luxury. Stay in there. Why don't I just jump away from it? I don't know what I thought it was gonna do to me. This is pre-decorated, and I think you'll agree it looks like a delicious exploding mushroom. I'm going to use a dinosaur stencil and decorate it with a T-Rex. I have regular icing sugar, and I also have this little sachet of cacao with maple syrup. I think I'm going to cover the whole thing in white. Cover the whole thing in regular icing sugar and then try and do the dinosaur stencil on top of the cacao. Probably overcomplicating it, but we've gone rogue now, so yeah, I definitely should not have done this in the cake box. But how was I ever going to get it in here? The top's not even going to go on. I don't. Okay, it's happened now. And now for the stencil. He's toothless, I forgot that. I'm not sure this is going to work. And that's me being very optimistic. I was going to use this bit, so the actual dinosaur itself would be the cacao portion. I think I'm gonna do this so it's just like an outline. I don't really know. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Okay, well, my camera battery died, but hey, we needed a close-up for this anyway. Okay, well, look. I don't know what to tell you. Now, let's see what this disaster tastes like. Okay, I mean, you can see the tears. The tears I will cry as I eat this. Go for the top layer. Yeah, that's damn good. I'm gonna try all the layers. See if it might have just been the top that was covered in sugar. It might just be the sugar that I'm tasting. But I mean, look, actually that sponge is really light and fluffy. It wasn't soupy texture, but this is definitely cake texture. It still looks like a bit of a mushroom. Now with fungus spores on top of the main mushroom itself, but it tastes good. I can't really taste the butternut anymore, which I could definitely taste in the batter, but now I can just taste the orangey goodness with hints of chocolate when you get a bit of the icing sugar on top. I cannot call this a bad bake. This is a delicious bake. I know you're all deeply disappointed that this turned out so well. But I'm not. I don't even This is unprecedented. Wow.